Good morning, everybody. It is September the 2nd, 2015. We're going to have an interesting day today. We have some big numbers that could impact the trading. ADP, which is pretty much on its default number, right where the U.S. unemployment number is at 210K. And factory orders at plus 0.9. The automobile industry, they had 17.8 in sales yesterday, much higher than the 17.3. We will see how these numbers play. That means this factory orders number could come in higher than forecast, and the ADP number could come in higher than forecast. If that is the case, the Fed's position that the economy is strong enough to raise interest rates, has enough slack in it that they can raise interest rates. That could bring new selling pressure into both the E-mini and the note for that matter. It's hard. It's going to be hard to see if good news is bad news is good news as far as the equities are concerned. So we also have productivity plus 2.8. And then unit labor costs at minus 1.2, and that makes sense given the weakness in the unemployment numbers. Also, we have crude inventories, and they generally have been plus or minus 1 million barrels. I don't have that number just yet. So the knob spread has come in. It peaked about 7. The market's going to hit the ADP number in 24 minutes right here in this high volume area, I think. And it's going to be down to the numbers and whether people think it will encourage the Fed to raise or lower interest or keep interest rates the same. The sell, because it is resistance, is 15 to 19, 23 to 27. We have Friday's non-farm payroll number. On the buy side, it's 5 to 9 area. That's where support is. And then 29 to 01. But it will be a news play. And if these numbers are strong, the factory orders numbers are strong enough to, I think, cap today's rally. So failure to take out 16 to 20, I think, is the easiest trade to see. And I think that that would set up a pretty nice short for us. Looking at the 30-year, trying to look at the 30-year, get my mouse working. Okay, the knob spread is coming in. You can see we have resistance at 7, 10, and 12. So failure to take out 8 to 12, I think, is the easiest trade to see. So 7 to 11 is sell 1. New selling yesterday started at 23, so 19 to 23 would be sell 2. You can see that right there. It's that move out of the middle that we look for. On the buy side, we have the London low at 19. We're at 02 right now. So I think we can trade a little bit lower. So 21, 25, buy 1. Then we'll open it up. Had the L period low yesterday at 12, then 9 to 13 for buy 2. And these are the last lows or last highs in the market's memory. And I use those quite a bit, because the trading community uses them. That is where support and resistance was. On the last take, we can lean against them. It's served me pretty well. Had some 30 years of doing this stuff. Gold was off a little bit at 5 this morning. Not much, pretty much sideways. And we had a buy yesterday, 35 to 37. That still looks reasonable. We've got volume above where it was yesterday, so 35, 37, buy one. And again, big news. I mean, if the numbers come in this morning stronger than forecast, it's going to be pretty easy for this market to break. 29 to 31 for buy two. We were looking to sell the 43, 45 area. Didn't get there. Didn't get close to it. So 40, 42, sell one. 45, 47, sell two. Down to this morning's numbers. Okay, China supported its currency once again last night because it's not a surprise move. The euro is starting to take it in stride. The euro is off from yesterday's close. So, you know, we got pretty good buying in the 12.25 area, 112 even. We got pretty good selling at 13, 13 and a quarter. So we're looking at a one-handle range. The market has rejected prices below 50. So buy one is going to be 50. And if the numbers come in stronger than forecast this morning, this contract should sell. So we'll make that 1200, 1225 buy two. On the sell side, if the numbers come in weaker than forecast, it's going to be pretty easy to get up to 13. So 13 plus or minus sell one. Then 25 to 35 sell two. You see what the building crude is supposed to be. I forgot to look that up this morning. And crude's supposed to draw 700,000 barrels. So, got a buyer below 44, and we've got a seller probably into the 45 area. So, 44.75. And again, this news is you never know which way it's going to take the market. So we'll just open it up on either end. 44.75, 43.75, 44 buy one. And 43, 43 and a quarter by two. Okay, the ES. The Asian market sold as they usually do. They follow the U.S. lead. Hong Kong, Japan, and Shanghai were all lower. The stock market began to recover in Europe, and it spilled into the E-mini this morning. So we basically yesterday were trying to sell. First sell zone was 20 to 25, second sell zone was 35 to 40. So this 35 to 40 area is pretty good resistance. So you've got the London high here, we got the overnight session high at 39. So our first sell band is going to be 35, and you just have to open it up. We can pull them in if the volatility doesn't increase. Then we have this spill from 54. We get through the 40 area, I'm going to look at 50 plus or minus for sell 2. You can see that we don't have a lot of volume right here in this 49 area to as high as 53. So that would be our sell 2 area. 15 to 20, buy 1. And then 5 to 10, that's where support is, buy 2. ADP, like I said, that is the default numbers, 210, 200, 210. I don't, looking at the macroeconomic data, my guess is it could come in a little bit lower, but don't know. Automobile sales, factory orders, plus 9/10. These are both big enough in magnitude that the Fed could stick to the deal. Yeah, we might raise rates as early as September, which is where they are right now. Crude minus 0.7 million. And the productivity number is an important number, but no one trades it. And when the economy is contracting, the productivity number usually goes up because people are being laid off or fired, and they're putting the same amount of output out the back door. Then unit labor costs minus 1.2 I think is fairly accurate. So 1 and 2 be the news focus. And my guess is that good news is probably bad news today. That if these numbers come in greater than forecast, it'll bring selling into the E-mini. And we'll see if that pans out or not. But again, the coming in to take 3 points out of the market, your stop's got to be about 3 points now. And that's arbitrary as can be. It's just the nature of the beast, the volatility that we have, and we're shooting for 5 to 10 points on every trade. It's the only way you can do it. And leaning against resistance and leaning against support is a better way to trade than giving up trade location as the market moves away from support or resistance. So the 10-minute charts, red on red, blue on blue, are the preferred trades. And this 35 to 39 will be the first resistance area. Okay, we have news in 13 minutes. I'll be back with you on that. I'm going to try to get as much done between now and then as I can. See you in a few.